Horse Flyers, it's Mark with InHereTheyCome.com, getting ready for the Grade 2 Del Mar Handicap on Saturday. Big day of horse racing Saturday. We have the Grade 1 Pacific Classic and the Grade 2 Del Mar Handicap, which are both Breeders' Cups, winning your in Challenge Series. The Del Mar Handicap, the Challenge Series, is not for the Classic division, that says here. It's for the Turf division. The Turf division. This is the field. We have a nice field this year of 11 runners going 1 mile and 3/8 on the turf with a purse of $300,000. And again, the winner gets automatic entry into the Breeders' Cup Turf division in November in the World Championships, which are also going to be held at Delmar. So whoever wins this race certainly will be well positioned to have to run well in the Turf division in the first weekend of November. Anyways, the field this year, it looks like a showdown between Arklow and United. United has won 2 of his 3 races this year, and actually has won 6 of his last 9 races. He also ran second in last year's edition of the Del Mar Handicap. And Arklow coming in from the Midwest/East Coast for Brad Cox, getting Ferrant Giroux riding, is going to be a big challenger for United. Arklow has won 3 of his last 5 races, and has a win over the Del Mar turf course. So Brad Cox wouldn't be sending him in if he's not expecting a super performance. And also in the field this year is last year's winner, the 3-horse Red King, for trainer Phil D'Amato, who actually kills it in this race. He has won the last 4 editions of the Del Mar Handicap, as well as 6 of the last 7 editions of the Del Mar Handicap has been won by Phil D'Amato. Who does he have this year? Well, he's got last year's winner, Red King. Also has the 7-horse, Acclimate, and rounds up his triple entry with the 11-horse, Say the Word, with Joe Bravo riding. So this is really shaping up to be a great race tomorrow. We're showing here also in our on the field, we're showing what each runner did in their last race. As you can see, 3 of these guys won their race, and also showing this year's race record. As you can see, United has won 2 out of 3 races. Award winner, the 9-horse for David Hoffman, 5 races, 2 wins, 2 seconds. And astronaut for sneaky trainer John Sheriffs, 5 races, 1 win, 4 seconds. Certainly looks like that should be in the money come tomorrow. Trends in the Del Mar Handicap, just to give you a couple pointers here on to use in your handicapping. Post-time favorites have done okay, well, actually better than okay. They've won 7 of the last 15 editions of this race. That's 47%. National average of favorites winning 1/3 of the time. So this is higher than 1/3 of the time. So they do fairly well. Not quite as well as the favorites do in the Pacific Classic, though. Post-time favorites have won 4 of the last 7 races, which is 57%. So a little over half of the last 7 editions were won by the favorite. Favorites have only finished out of the money twice in the last 15 years. So favorites have a very good record of hitting the board, win, place, or show in the Del Mar Handicap. The age of a runner, we got a really wide range here. 4-year-olds, in the last 17 years, 4-year-olds have won 5 times. 5-year-olds have won 5 times. 6-year-olds have won 4 times. And twice 7-year-old won the Del Mar Handicap. Now this year, we have... we actually have 3 7-year-olds, and we have 2 6-year-olds in this year's races. 7-year-olds is last year's winner, Red King, Acclimate, and Arklow. Now, on the 4-year-olds, we've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 4-year-olds. Media Blitz, Crossfire Hurricane, Master, Foxhounds, and Astronaut for John Sheriffs, are the 4-year-olds. And the 5-year-olds is Masterpiece, Award Winner, and that's it. So we got 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, and 7-year-olds in this year's field. So, I mean, it just looked like it's an uphill battle for the 7-year-olds, as only 2 were able to win in the last 17 years. So we might want to fade them a little bit as far as from the win position this year. That'd be Acclimate and Arklow. 6 of the last 15 races, the winner had also won their previous race before the Del Mar Handicap. That's 40% of the winners in the Del Mar Handicap won their most recent race coming into this. 4 of the last 15 ran second in their previous race to the handicap. Only 2 of the last 15 Del Mar Handicap winners ran third in their previous race to the handicap. And only 2 finished out of the money in their previous race or prior to running in the Del Mar Handicap. And they were in 2019 and 2018. And that would have been 2018 Fashion Business, of course, for Phil D'Amato. And 2019 Acclimate for Phil D'Amato. But so look at, as we showed you in the field, the horses' most recent finish. And we had 1, 2, 3 of them had won their most recent race. And there was only 1 that ran second in their most recent. That was Sharif's horse, the 10 Astronaut, ran second. The winners in their most recent race is 4 Runner United and 7 Acclimate and the 1 Media Blitz on that. So keep that in mind. And here they are here. Here we show the last 15 years of winners in the Del Mar Handicap and what their finish position was, their beaten lengths, and how many how many they won by, as well as the field size in that year. So you can see the favorites winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times out of the last 15 years. So they do okay. So you got to give them a big consideration. Average payouts in the last 15 years. For the $2 win, the average has been $7.60, with a low of $2.80 and a high of $16.60 in that. The 1660 was actually 2 years ago. Acclimate paying 1660. The 280 low was way back in 2007 with Aftermarket. $2 exacta, the average $70.87. The low is $17, a high of $466 in the exacta. And that was 1998 when Fashion Business won for D'Amato. Trifecta, average is $503, low of $43, a high of $2,766. The $1 superfecta average over the last 15 years is $2,561 with a low of $84 and a high of $11,695. And that was in 2016 when Ashley Loves Sugar won for Peter Urton. So there's some nice prices here when you get down into the superfecta, even though favorites are in the money a high percentage of the time. We still can make some money in this race, betting this race. And here is the graphic of those payouts. And you can see here also the trainers, Phil D'Amato. 1, 2, 3, last 4 years, skipped a year in 2016, and then 1 to 2 previous with Big John B. So Red King is back this year, trying to go back-to-back. I think there's been, if I remember correctly, it's either 4 or 5 runners in the history of the Del Mar Handicap have won back-to-back editions of that. The most recent being Big John B, 2014 and 15. And prior to that, you can see here it was Springhouse in 2008 and 2009. So you certainly can't count out Red King. He will have Joel Rosario this year and not Umberto Rispoli. That's just not a bad. It's not a bad thing. Breeders' Cup Challenge race. As we said, that this is a winning your in race for the Turf division. Winner gets automatic entry into the $4 million Turf division championship weekend, which is going to be held at Delmar this year, November 5th to the 6th. The impact of the Delmar Handicap winners in the Breeders' Cup Turf is not great. There's been no Delmar Handicap winners able to win the Breeders' Cup Turf division. Only one was able to run second. There were 3 winners, however, were able to run third on Breeders' Cup Day, and absolutely 0 Del Mar Handicap winners were able to hit the bottom of the Superfecta on Breeders' Cup Day. So it doesn't look great for the winner of the Del Mar Handicap to take down the Breeders' Cup Turf division. However, because it's being held at the same track this year, we will place an emphasis on whomever that winner is this year when it comes Breeders' Cup weekend. Speaking of Breeders' Cup weekend, we also provide the Breeders' Cup winning profiles for each of the divisions, which really is the secrets to picking winner on Breeders' Cup weekend day. The races in Breeders' Cup are never what they seem to be at first glance. You need to know those factors that have proven to be critical over the years of the Breeders' Cup to include in your handicapping to be successful on picking winners and being successful in cashing in on your exactas and trifectas and superfectas and trifecta tickets. The Breeders' Cup winning profiles will provide you with the type of information that will allow you to zero in on those runners that have the best shot at winning or hitting the board on Breeders' Cup. You'll know which of the divisions the favorites win more frequently than not, and in which divisions they rarely win the division. This can be key when you're structuring your multi-race wagers like the pick threes and pick fours and pick fives and pick sixes. So some of these you'll be able to single one or two runners where you'll know which divisions long shots are prevalent, and you'll be able to spread out a little bit more. It certainly will help you cash in on the big payoffs on Breeders' Cup weekend. You'll also know by division which prep races and challenge races have produced the most winners in a particular division, as well as in the money, hitting the board, which the prep races are the key for each of those divisions. So you can zero in on those runners each year to include in your handicapping. It is key to being successful in cashing the vertical and horizontal tickets on Breeders' Cup weekend. Remember, it's going to be at Del Mar for just the second time. First time was 2017. It is November 5th and 6th, the first weekend in November. Write it on your calendar. Block it off. You're doing nothing else that weekend but playing the races. As always, you can count on Breeders' Cups races being exciting and producing those big payouts. You want to be able to give yourself every possible chance to cash in on those once-a-year mega weekend of horse racing. You can go to our website, andheretheycome.com. You can sign up for our updated 2021 edition of the Proving Winning Profiles now. When you go out there, you'll also be able to see that we make our picks available as well. And you'll be able to review and look at the results of our picks over the last decade, or even, I think, might even be up to 12 years worth is out there. Good, bad, or indifferent, we leave them up. We don't take them down. Hopefully this gives you a little bit to, with some of the trends and playing the Del Mar Handicap. Again, there is a shot to make some money in the races. It shouldn't be all three favorites making comprising the trifecta this year. Pacific Classic it might be, but not in the Del Mar Handicap. So this is where I'll put most of my money of the two races this weekend is going to be in the Del Mar Handicap.